Hi, everyone. I am your mistress of manifestations, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Cheers. This is going to be a reading for Sagittarius. So, how are you doing, my darling Saggis? This is a general reading, so not all the messages here are going to resonate with you, but if it does, claim it. On the other hand, if this reading confuses you, I want you to go and check where your moon is, where your Venus is, and where your ascendant is. For example, Sagittarius is my sun sign. My ascendant is Gemini. So I also check my Gemini readings. My Venus is also in Sagittarius, and my moon is in Capricorn. So if you do not know where your placements are, go to Google, free birth chart calculator. Allow Google to calculate your birth chart for free. Make a note of those placements. Go to my channel, watch all those videos. And I guarantee you, darling Sagittarius, you will have additional messages there for you. That's a guarantee. Now, I'm just going to start by taking two angel and crystal oracle cards, and I'm going to keep them face down. And I'm going to check them at the end of the reading. This is for my Sagittarius. How are you doing, Sagittarius? My darling Saggis? How's everybody's health? If there is anybody who's feeling under the weather, we live in difficult times. I am sending you love, light, blessings, and healing. Swiftly, at God's speed, as I speak these words, and so be it. Okay, that's one. I'll take one more card for my Sagittarius. Two. We'll check them out at the end of the reading, all right? Today, I am going to start with my Situations Tarot. This is a very different deck. This is a tarot deck, of course, but not your traditional tarot. I don't know why I feel drawn to start with this. And then, of course, I'll take my Arcana and probably Kipper to check what's going on with us. Us, because it's my sun sign, remember? Okay, Saggies. Oh boy. Fire, fire, fire. Right? That's what we are. Speak a million words a minute, sometimes with the biggest faux pas of the century are made by Sagittariuses. I agree. Okay, come on. Let's go. I'm putting my energy, our energy into these cards because and I love the energy, Sag. I love it. It's making me feel so happy and nice. Okay, so I'll just take this one card. And I'll take another one. And one more. And last but not least. All right, so let's see what these cards are. Okay. Then, okay, before I start, remember, you can apply this reading to you, or if you're a cross watcher watching for a Saggy, reverse the roles. Okay, done. Completion, lesson learned. Toxic, unhealthy behaviors in people. This is very Saturnian. You could be dealing with a Capricorn. I'm just giving you some random messages and then we'll take the cards. Insatiable, unquenchable, wanting more. This was your wish fulfillment, right? Something that was your wish fulfillment that was unquenchable. You know, I guess this was very fiery. Come on, Saggis. We know how passionate Sagittariuses can be. They run with that wand in their hands. You know, they're so fiery. There's something here that was, it could either be a relationship. It could be about love. It could be about work, which was just unquenchable and wanting more, which was very passionate for you. A lot of passion, a lot of desire. This was your wish fulfillment, and you were hoping and praying and yearning for it. But I don't know what you found out. Awareness, finding out, coming to light. Then lessons learned. And when this word lessons learned comes, it's very karmic. Because when Saturn steps in, okay, it can either go one of two ways, a lesson or a blessing. Even though this was your wish, this is what you were yearning for, and I think this is a relationship, this is a love message I'm giving for somebody. You found something out, perhaps toxic, unhealthy behaviors, poison. I don't know, this could be addictions. I don't know. And for me, this card of TikTok, okay, it's all happened in divine timing. Okay, so I'm going to keep these cards here. Now let's open Arcanum. Hey, Arcanum, I talked to all my tarot decks. Just ignore me. All right, I talked to all of them, especially Kipper. That Kipper is so, I can't tell you, that Kipper deck, that has got a life of its own, my friends. Looking at me with that look of disdain, like, look at her. Yeah, I'm going to come to you, Kipper. Let me start with Arcanum, okay? So, Sagittarius. Come on, this is for my Sagittarius. Sagittarius is, what are you done with? What was this toxic, poisonous, whatever behavior, people, or, stuff that you found out? This was your wish fulfillment, though. This was something you had yearned and prayed for, my darlings. Betrayal. Did you find something out that was so toxic? This was a lesson that you had to learn. I think this was a committed partnership. I am getting that message too, Sagis. Okay, let's go. Top of the deck. Bottom. Great. 8 of Wands is movement. You have 2 cards of movement. You are moving away. There is movement. 8 of Wands is Cupid's love arrows through the air. So quick messages, fiery ones, albeit passionate, which is going to give you the courage or the impetus to move, because the Chariot could be dealing with a Cancer. Let me give you this message too, because the Chariot is you moving past obstacles, moving away from conflict and drama confidently. You're taking charge of your life. You know, the yin and the yang, this is a white and a dark horse. It's like you're combining both of them together. What scares you and what you're passionate and driven about. What is your light and what is your shadow? You're taking them both. You're taking rain, that horse, and you're moving forward. I love this card. I love this card. Now, you could be dealing with a Cancer. You could be dealing with a Cancer. That is a major arcana. Expect some quick movement. This is a card of movement, guys. This is a card of movement, because 8 of Wands and the Chariot. Are you moving homes? I don't know. Expect some communication too from someone, and very, very fiery, passionate communication, Sagittarius. Okay, let's go for my Sagittarius. For my Sagittarius, please. Sagittarius. Wow. Sagittarius. One moment. Hold on. Okay. Wow, Sagittarius. Let me just adjust my chair and my pillow. Sometimes it's pretty uncomfortable because then, my back is in a very, very weird way. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Let's keep going. I have your, whoa. Awesome energy here. It's going to be a good reading, Sagittarius. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Wow, Sagittarius. No. Sorry. Hello? No. You can't just fall off like that. Excuse me. Do you mind? Come on. Sagittarius. Okay. All right. Okay. I think we're good to start. My goodness, Sagittarius. What the freaking... You know how many major freaking arcanas you have here? You could be dealing with a Cancer. I'll just tell you the major arcanas first, because this reading is just too powerful. You could be dealing with a Cancer, Aries, Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter. This is you. Sagittarius energy. It's the world. You have a lot of major arcanas here. Let me start with something first. What's going on? There is one emperor and there are two people. I feel I'm talking to a couple, emperor and the empress. Who is this? There's somebody else in your energy who's showing up as a water sign. And I said Cancer, it could be a Pisces or a Cancer or even a Scorpio, because the first card that came out was a Chariot. What's going on here? Sagis, what you doing? So let me start with the emperor. The emperor, what is that? That is a strong masculine figure. You can put yourself in that or the person you're dealing with, Sagittarius. Look at this card. This is a card of pure raw power. This is Aries. This is somebody who sits, on that throne, and they have not just, breathed and, jaywalked through their life and gotten there. No, the emperor has worked hard to reach that position of power. This is somebody who is an absolute authority. And sometimes, they use that particular energy of being, dominion, giving the rules a tad too much. So in the home, if there is somebody who's constantly in this energy, it's not fun. And as you know, there's a ram here. You know how the rams, if you see them in nature, they like to butt heads. So this is somebody who's not scared to have a conflict. They're going to put you in your place. They're going to, if you try to change the rules that they're making, or if you do not accept, or you try to, they will change the rules, that is, not themselves. They are somebody who loves to control. They are somebody who is extremely powerful. This can be somebody who is a father, seated in their power, rulership, authority, controlling. They are very regal, very, very powerful boss, father figure. And you're the empress. This is a couple I'm talking to. And who's the empress? This is Venus and Taurus. We're dealing with a Taurus. Patient, motherly, maternal energy. Somebody who could be pregnant. See, the empress has the power to create in the 3D. What do I mean? Usually she's depicted as being 3 months pregnant, which means in the next 6 months, she's going to give birth to what? A new person, flesh, blood, and, everything else. That's her power. She has this amazing ability to whatever she touches turns to gold. I'm talking to a couple here. You look very, very well matched. I think you're also of the same ethnicity. I don't know what that, ethnicity. Ethnicity. This is a couple I'm talking to. Both of you are showing up as a perfect match. There's an emperor and there is an empress. Who is this Queen of Cups then? Queen of Cups could be a water sign. Now, if you can see, she is one of those queens whose heart is open. Look at all this blue. She's drowning in her emotions. She is somebody who can say, I love you a million times and not care about it. This is a woman who wants love, whose heart is open for love. She is willing to be emotionally open. She wants love. This is a very, very, what's the word? Emotionally intelligent person. She gives from her heart. She loves from her heart. Empathy, understanding, emotional wisdom. This could be a healer, a counselor, a psychic, a therapist, somebody who's very, very nurturing, sacrificing. Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. Emotional maturity. Now, this is a minor arcana of the High Priestess. Now, there are 3 people here. I'm talking to a couple and this extra woman. And I'm getting a message here which tells me that the emperor and the empress, they are a couple. I agree. But each one is just playing their roles. I feel this. There is no vulnerability here between this couple. This is the emperor. This is my position. This is my power. This is what I do, A, B, C, D. And this is, I'm the empress. I'm the mother. I'm the caretaker. I run the home. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's it. There is no love. There is no, what can I say? I don't know how to explain it. It's a couple who's just got fixed in their roles. They're playing their roles in a marriage. This is what their understanding of marriage is. I do this, you do that. I cannot do this, you can do that. It's something like that. I don't know what happened that you met this person You met this person. This is a complete opposite to what somebody knows. Do not go by the sex of the cards, please. Go with what I'm describing as the energy. Somebody here was missing the heart, the emotional part of a relationship. It felt very, very cold. And what's that word? You know, what sanitized? What? Sanitized, like there is no softness and sweetness in a relationship. Something was missing. And that was the sweetness, the softness, and the passion. And the passion. I don't know where you met this person. I do not know. Now, this could be a card of reconciliation too. Okay. The Three of Cups is, I'll give you many messages for this card. One of them is reconciliation. Somebody, coming back from your past and you making an agreement to restart a relationship. This is a little bit of excessive drinking sometimes. This is spending, having a party, going out, a good time with your friends, reconciling with a past love. But this is also in mundane tarot, the quintessential message of this card is three people, external interferences. And when I know that the Queen of Cups is a minor arcana of the High Priestess, that itself is a secretive connection. There is something going on here in secret in this relationship. This is a committed partnership. I know that. And I'm telling you that because even I have the card here which says 10 of Pentacles, which for me is a home, stability, foundations being laid. They probably have a family and property together too. They have it. They have everything that is needed for, if there was a checklist for a couple, as to you get married and what all do you do? A, B, C, they have everything till Z. They have the home, they have the kids, they have the car, they have the job, they have the bank. Everything is there. There's no love. There is no love. It's cold. It's cold. It's just cold. It's about money. It's about business. It's about keeping up appearances. What the hell? Why did that card fly there? Sorry. What was missing is this, the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups. And somebody here felt that, what can I say? What's that longing that I have everything, but I don't have love. I have a marriage. I have a foundation. I have what I call a home. I finish my work. I come back home. That home is cold. That home is ruled and governed. And there are, I don't know how to put it to you. When you enter a place, which is an official place, they have these little signboards for do not sit here, do not touch that, do not, if the home feels like that, cold. The home is very cold. There's no warmth. Though you have all the comforts with this person, and I'm telling you, this is a couple whose money, whose social standing, anybody who looks into their life from the outside feels, whoa, what a freaking couple, they match. But internally, what's going on in this home is not making somebody happy. It's very, very cold. And what was missing, of course, is this, the cups energy, the heart, that emotion, that sweetness, that softness, that silliness, where you are not playing your roles and nobody can deviate even a bit. Everybody stays within. And when I see this Emperor card here, the Emperor, somebody is very stubborn. This is Aries. The Ram, I'm telling you, the Ram, it goes and butts heads. So there's also going to be conflict here. And because they're showing up as the same level, Emperor and an Empress, she also is pretty headstrong. Then she's like, no, I think that he says no. And I think there is some stubbornness going on in this relationship. There is some kind of a stubborn energy of I'm right, you're a big, there's something going, butting heads. Yeah. Butting heads, constant butting heads. Okay. Look, I'm not saying that if you're in a relationship, you're not going to butt heads. You are. But then there has to be sweetness and softness to soften those, those rough edges or those rough patches. Yeah, that's not happening. Every person is staying within that role. And it's very confined. Nobody wants to extend. That was missing in this relationship, and somebody was waiting for this. And when I see this, I'll give you another message. You This, you are showing up as somebody very, very fiery. This is, I mean, the Aries, Sag, Leo. This is fire sign. This is you. You were missing this. You were missing this. Okay, the Empress is very motherly, but here I'm feeling that this Empress is very rule-oriented Empress. You know, somebody who's like you, this has to be, I'm feeling this rule and roles. Each of you have just fallen into a role and you were missing the softness. And that's when you met this person. You with your hot, fiery rod of passion. I'm not being dirty or, you know, what is that, vulgar. I'm just telling you. Sometimes this card for me is somebody who's literally, you know, holding their that kind of fire. And this is a woman who is so sweet, soft, gentle. I mean, just so open. I don't know what to say. This is what you were missing. And this, you came across this. And I wonder if you met them on social media, because this is, you know, quick messages through the air. Facebook, Instagram, I don't know. You connected with somebody and there were a lot of fiery, passionate messages, yeah, through the air. And you realize that what you were missing was this. You were missing this spark. You were missing this softness, this sweetness, this silliness in love. You have gone over to meet somebody. I feel this. You have gone to meet somebody because, again, the Chariot is a card of movement. You took that time to move towards that person. You did. You did. Or somebody here went and met somebody. And you know, I'm getting another message here. Because, see, Sagittarius, you run with your passion. That's the Knight of Wands is your card. Also, you are a big flirt, a big player. That's your program. That's how you are. That's your personality. Somebody here stepped out. They took that wand of passion, and I think you spent a very, very passionate time in a hotel. Because look at this. I'm just giving you messages as I receive them, my darlings. Okay, you took your passion, man, and you took a chance to meet up with this person. I have a feeling. Okay, you have only spoken to this person via Zoom or whatever all those chat platforms are. Okay, I don't know what they did, but you took a risk. I feel this. You took a risk. You took a risk. Somebody here took a risk and stepped out to go and actually meet this person, this third person. And there is a third person because this Three of Cups is very, very telling here. This is about three people. Now, I want to show you your other two cards. Did you bring a cycle to a close? Somebody here decided to bring something to a close. Did somebody here find out about the third person in this equation? And like I'm telling you, if you're a couple who is matched, the Emperor and the Empress, if the Empress feels disrespected, she is not going to stay. Somebody here found out that there were a lot of passionate messages going through the air between their beloved and a third person. Now, this other person could be at a distance because this Cancer card is also a card of traveling, you know, over land and going to a place. And then when this card comes into of movement, it tells me that somebody moved or literally took a car or drove to see somebody. The Chariot could also be that. You moving to see somebody. Now, this is closing of a major karmic cycle, taking a journey, completing something. You're leaving a karmic cycle behind, which brings me back to remember I told you when this card comes out, it's very, very karmic. Okay, I still feel there could be a Capricorn here. Somebody's learned a lesson here that marriage is not just about money and, you know, playing roles, because this marriage is very cold. There's no love and no sweetness and no softness here. Somebody took a risk and moved. Somebody did that. They decided to put an end to a karmic cycle. I feel something came to light here. Either you found something out via social media about the third person. I feel this. I feel it. And let me tell you something else. This relationship, this marriage, was your wish fulfillment. This was what you were yearning for. And I'll read this card another way now. Once you got married and fell into your roles and into that, the system. I'm getting such weird words for marriage system, I don't know. If somebody was running their marriage like a business, bureaucracy, red tape, I don't know, it's very cold. You suddenly realize that what you were yearning for was just sweetness and love. And somebody said, I can't do this. And perhaps they connected with this third person. They connected with a third person. Must have started off online, but I know, Saji, somebody from here literally drove to meet this person, and they probably spent a weekend together, and they realized that they have a lot in common. And because this information was found out by the spouse of the person who's married, I'm getting this message. Somebody brought the cycle to a close and said, you know what, it's too toxic. And I'm also getting another message for you. Somebody here, I don't know if it's the emperor or the empress, just use wherever this applies to you. Somebody here has some very, very toxic habits, because when this card comes out of toxicity, I don't know what toxicity is here, whether it's alcohol, it's anger, mental problems, some kind of mental issues. I don't know. But I feel this. Somebody has some kind of issues here which were not helping the situation. I think there is also some kind of jealousy and what is that, possessiveness? I don't know. It's a very weird energy. Perhaps it's the Empress in reverse. I don't know. Or the Emperor in reverse, over controlling. The low energies of these cards, wanting to control, this has to be like this, that can't be. It's some very weird energy. Somebody's moving away and closing a cycle. They're moving away, you're changing direction. This is a wheel. This is a wheel of fortune. This is again Jupiter. Okay. This is a wheel, and the wheel is turning in your direction. Okay. This is you changing direction in your life. This is somebody moving away from something that did not suit them. This is divine timing. Remember the card TikTok? I told you there is a card of divine timing, and this has all happened in divine timing. This is cycles ending. And when the word cycles comes, again, it's very Saturnian. You could be dealing with a Capricorn. You got unstuck from this situation. I think somebody felt stuck, locked down here with too many rules. This marriage was like, I'm telling you, a marriage is an institution, but this was an institution where there were rules. This was not a fun marriage. There was no sweetness and softness here. You've got freedom from this. This could also mean legalities, huh? This could also mean legalities. This is destiny, fated luck, karma, second chances, something. You are changing your direction of life. You know what? I'm going to take 2 more cards from here. I'm going to ask some more questions. Somebody got tired of being in a toxic marriage, a committed partnership, which only revolved around chores and duties. Yeah. It was like toil and labor. There was no fun here. I don't know. But you felt stuck because the Emperor and the Empress mean that you could have children, I don't know why this card just fell out. I'm just going to keep it. Yeah, there are children. Look, Page of Cups. There's a child here. Maybe that's the reason you felt stuck. So my Sagittarius, please. Give me some cards for my Sagittarius, please. My Sagittarius. My Sagittarius, please. Okay. Sagittarius, I'll tell you something. My God. Sagittarius, this relationship. Oh boy. It's been a very, very painful ending, you Sagittarius. Betrayal. That third person, third party that you found out about. There's been a terrible ending here. Okay. It was a constant battle and a defense. Somebody was not opening up. And I'm telling you, when this Emperor and this Empress, this butting heads, I'm getting that energy of constant butting heads here. And this is exactly that card of butting heads. See these 2 people. Each person is looking at the other, and like, I'll get you, nobody's giving, nobody's winning, but nobody wants to lose. I'm talking to a couple, they are there's so much of there's a battlefield in their house. There is no peace. They're on the defensive constantly. Like the minute they get into the house, it's like everybody's on guard. I don't know why this is so. Why is everybody on guard? I mean, you know, this is not a happy marriage. I'm being honest with you, Sagittarius. This is the first message. This is not a happy marriage. This was your wish fulfillment in the past. And I'll tell you why again, because we have the star. This, you could be dealing with an Aquarius. This was your wish fulfillment. Like that card that came out here first, the wish. This was your wish fulfillment. You had yearned for a marriage like this. Perhaps when you guys married, I'm talking to a couple who is of the same heritage. Both have a good social standing because Emperor and the Empress is the same level. So you could be the same, what is that called? Status in society, same heritage. And this was a wish fulfillment. You know, I'm telling you, people in your society would be like, whoa, that couple is on point. But when you married, you started to realize that this marriage was a chore. Everything was it was a battle, a constant battle, because this card is a tug of war. Nobody is giving in. There is no softness and no sweetness and defensiveness and holding back. Do you see this? Both of you have been holding back. This couple, both are to blame. Okay. There is a lot of holding back going on here. And I know this person is holding money. This could be a card of poverty, of being a miser, but I'm talking I'm going to read this card as being a miser in love and showing emotions. Zero. Nobody wants to be vulnerable. Everybody wants to butt head and fight. I think both of you have a very good position in society, or you'll both have good jobs where, you know, you are used to being the boss. So when you come home, you run your home like that office, where people are your subordinates. Do not touch that. Do not open that. I just getting weird, some weird kind of messages like that. And I'm not going to doubt it. I'm just going to say it. You have a child. There is a baby here. There's a sweet child here. You have a child. It could be a water sign. It could be a water sign. And I feel nobody apologizes here. You have your fight. You have your battles. You butt heads every day. Your heart is closed. Heart is closed. You do not want to open it. Do not want to show you're vulnerable. I'm the boss. So what? I am right. It is that kind of an energy. You know, many a times I feel that your home should be a place. It doesn't matter how many walls it has or how many rooms it has or what comforts it has, as long as the people inside it are loving and welcoming. When you come to a home that's cold, that's like marble icy, you don't want to come home. But what do you do then? Where do you go after a hard day's work? You worked hard the whole day, you know, you've dealt with all the problems at work, you've, you know, done your stuff, and you're thinking, I'm going home. I'm not happy. I don't want to go there. That's the kind of feeling. And both in this situation, both the couples felt like that. Why am I going home? There's no warmth there. Each of you was holding back. And as you can see, this person is sitting on a chest of money. She has money, but she's not giving it. I want you to apply this to your heart and your emotions. Nobody here was willing to be vulnerable and open their hearts. They were holding their emotions back. I'm not going to show you. First, show me. No, I'm not. You do it. I'm not. And this led to a lot of conflict here. And somebody here has stepped out and connected with somebody via social media. And again, this is the card of social media. Somebody has been sending out passionate messages via social media to someone, and they have connected with them on a heart level because what was missing in their life. And I'll give you another message. Perhaps there was a lot of passion in this relationship. Your sex may have been good because, you know, the Emperor and the Empress, you are matched in every way, but there's something missing, or perhaps your sex started to suffer too. You had no passion for each other. It was just anger. No, but sometimes, you know, you can have your little fights and then, you know, the makeup sex is hot, but this is not that energy that I'm getting. This is an energy of really fighting with each other. And arrogance, ego. Each of you butting heads, constant fighting. And again, I'm getting this message. After a hard day's work, you don't want to come home. Home is not a place. It's like another office. That's what you felt, where there are rules. Don't sit here. Don't touch that. Don't move that. Don't, what? And both of you. So I don't know. Somebody here stepped out. This hot passion of theirs and has been sending out passionate messages via social media to somebody. This person you could be dealing with, like I said, is showing up as a queen of cups. Okay, it's the Queen of Cups. This could be a psychic, a tarot card reader, like me, an empath, a therapist. I'll give you a message, Sag. Do you have a therapist that you're in love with? I don't know where this came from. Somebody you're dealing with because of all the problems you're going through. There's somebody who's got some mental problems too. And I'm not making fun of mental problems. There's somebody here who's got some mental issues too. But you're dealing with somebody who is, this is the minor arcana of the High Priestess, which is also the card of the Mistress. And then we have the Three of Cups. There is a third person here. I know that. And you've connected with this individual via social media. And what started off as hot, passionate, this person drives you nuts, and they give you that love and that tenderness that you're not getting in this relationship. You're not. And somebody finding that out, because I think you took a chance, you took that wand and you went to meet them, perhaps in a hotel, in their home. I don't know, because you were missing this Ace of Cups. You were missing this softness, sweetness. You wanted both the hot, the passion, and you wanted the love. You were not getting the love. You were perhaps getting the passion for quite some time. And you did create a beautiful child with that. You have your little page here. But the love department was zero. There was no emotions. And from both of y'all are to blame. I'm going to call both your asses out. Both the parties here were not wanting to be vulnerable, just butting heads and constant fighting. And somebody found out because it came to light. And somebody here is done and is moving. Somebody found out about this third party. It's led to a terrible end. Very, very painful ending. And somebody is closing the cycle. When this word cycle comes, and then you have the wheel. When this wheel and the cycle comes, it's about, and that's when Saturn, Chronos, a lot of time comes in karma. Why? Because, we exchange rings when we marry. We walk around the fire 7 times in Indian tradition when we get married. Saturn has 7 rings. He makes you go around that mountain to see how you handle a situation this time. Because every relationship where there are some documents signed, where there is a commitment, it's like a contract. Saturn comes in and he starts to govern that relationship, because then there is some give and some take. Now, the trick is to know when it has got toxic. This couple was staying here together just for the money and the children. There was nothing else here. They were each living their own lives. There was no love. It was just a matter of time before somebody had to leave. Somebody stepped out here and somebody found out, and somebody made a choice. We're dealing with a Gemini. I'll tell you what cards you have here. You have Taurus, the Empress. You have Aries, of course. You have the Knight of Wands, which is Sagittarius. You could be dealing with another Sag. You have Cancer. You have Gemini. And I'll tell you one more message. I'm sorry, I forgot this card. 9 of Swords. This constant fighting and this battle made somebody, what can I say, their nights, they couldn't sleep. Or after they found out about this betrayal, this third person, this third individual in their business, they couldn't sleep for a long time. This is the 9 and then the 10. 9 and then the 10. This is horrible. This is being, not being able to sleep. And if you can see, this individual is very comfortable. They're in a silky, soft nightgown. They have a beautiful bed. But those swords, those fights that y'all have, those words hang, on your head. Competition. This marriage is about competition. You're not competing with each other. You're competing with each other. Each person wants to win. I don't know what ego-based relationship this is. Very toxic. I earn more than you. You earn, I don't know. Everything is a battle. Everything is a contest. This is the Olympics of marriage in a bad way. And nobody wants to give a medal to anybody. Each person wants to say, I won, I beat you. This is the energy. I beat you. I'm better than you. I don't know what this is. And when this betrayal came out, or when you had your fights, this person, somebody couldn't sleep here. And they've spent many a night staying awake, not being able to sleep. And this horrible betrayal that came in completely ruined. I feel somebody's mental health is kind of, you know, not good today. I'm feeling this too because all these swords, it'll drive somebody nuts. When this card of toxicity comes out, is somebody over drinking here too? Because sometimes this card, is somebody drinking here to drown their pain or numb their pain? I'm getting that too. This relationship was based on money ties. This relationship was based on staying because of children, because of business, because of building a home, because we have finances together and nothing else. There was no love. The love was sorely missing in this relationship. Sorely missing. Somebody's making a choice to move. You have the Gemini card here. This is the lovers. And if you can see here, okay, this is a very, very powerful union. This is somebody making a decision to move. You're just magnetically drawn to somebody. I think that's the Queen of Cups. You're just drawn to her. And, you don't even know why you're drawn to her. And I think you're drawn to her because you're missing that love. That Ace of Cups is what she holds in her hand, according to me. And that's what has been sorely missed in your life. You have not even experienced that in this marriage. She holds that Ace of Cups in her hand, and that's what you want. This is a turning point. The wheel, you're turning, you're bringing a cycle to a close, and you're taking that wheel and you're turning the direction and you're moving. You're moving towards this person. You're magnetically drawn to somebody. This is a head over heart decision. I think all your life, whoever I'm talking to, the masculine or the feminine energy, you have always made decisions from your mind. Because see, the emperor and the empress is somebody who's like, they know what they're doing. They know. For the first time, you're making a decision with your heart, yeah. With your heart. Because in this relationship, your heart was closed. Nobody wanted to open it. Not gonna. Been holding back on giving love in this relationship because it just wasn't there. You felt I don't know, it's a very cold, like a business. You're running your marriage like a business with rules and laws, and read that thing. Do not sit there. A very, very strong message that I'm getting. This individual, this is what you were missing, and you found it outside. I don't know who I'm talking to, the divine feminine or the masculine. Somebody stepped out here from a committed partnership because they were missing the love. I'm telling you, I'm getting this message so strongly. Why am I going home? That's what I'm getting. Why am I going home? Perhaps you worked long hours, because you just didn't want to come home to that cold place. It's cold. I'm going to take some kippers on this, okay? I'm going to take some kippers to see what I get. Okay, let's see what Kipper has to say. Hello, Kipper. Hey, Kipper. Kipper, can you give me some extra cards for my Sagittarius? My Sagittarius, please. Okay, let's see what I got here so far. Oh boy. Okay, so yeah, look, there are two women here too. This is about a third party. This is third party written all over. There's an older woman and there is a younger woman. Okay, I'm getting a feeling that this older woman is the Empress. Okay. The older woman is the Empress. And this younger person is somebody you've connected with. I don't know if this individual that you've connected with, this young, rich female, both these women are very, very well put together. Let me tell you that. Nobody here is a bum. I mean, both these women are very, very, this older woman, I'm telling you, this emperor and this empress, somebody who's very influential, has a good position in society, but when they come home, they're running the home in the same way. And with an emperor, you will butt heads then. That's what has been happening in this relationship. Okay. I'm also giving you another message, Sagittarius. Was an older person like an aunt or a grandmother or a mom-in-law interfering, because the Three of Cups being here, and an older woman can also be somebody else externally, you know, an interference in your relationship. But I think this is somebody who was running their home like a business, because they are like that. They're somebody who has power. They have their own business, their own office. They know. But when they come home, they do not shed that persona. They stay in that same thing. Hell, but you're married to an emperor. They're not going to take it, man, because they're the same. They're going to be like, really? Yeah, that's what you think. I'm the boss too. So this is like, I don't know. That's why you're butting heads. This in this marriage. It's too much. Now, this young lady, I don't know where you met her. This could be somebody you met online. This is a privileged young lady, by the way. Somebody younger. Okay. I'm just going to give you the message that I'm getting. Could this be this older woman's friend? Somebody who comes to your home. I don't know why I'm getting that message. Somebody who comes to your home or somebody you work with. This is somebody in your circle that you know. That's one message. Or this is somebody you've connected with online. But I'm also getting a message. There's somebody who this your partner knows. Okay. Somebody who's known to your partner. I'm getting another message. Now, this relationship has been this toil and labor. Remember, I told you that this relationship has been toil and labor, fighting all the time, uphill battle, nobody opening their heart, closed off. You know, I'm feeling this. And I'm giving you another message, which is coming so strongly. You guys, okay, the emperor and the empress are so good at your work, at what you do. I mean, you guys are just freaking amazing. And then when you come home, your home life is also like that. Toil and labor. You're like, what am I doing? I'm working outside to earn my coins, and I have built my, my world in the 3D. My home life is also like that. What is this? When do I relax? And I think some of you have not slept just because it feels horrible when you come home. I don't know why I can't shake this message off. You don't want to come home. Now, this particular message, which is here, which I feel, okay, this is a card of somebody who is waiting expectantly for something. I'll tell you what message. Somebody who's pregnant here. I don't know if somebody is pregnant here, but this is somebody who's been waiting. So has one of you been patiently waiting for some change to happen in this relationship? You're observing something. You're hoping, look, that's the card, your wish fulfillment. You're hoping and praying for something to change. Has one of you, I don't know who, the masculine or the feminine, tried to fix this relationship? Have they been waiting to see a change, but it's not happened? Or I feel you were wishing and waiting for someone like this to come in your life, and then you get married to them, but then you realize that what you were expecting and what you were delivered, because, expectation and delivery, both are with pregnancy, was not up to speed. You didn't get what you were expecting. What were you expecting? You were expecting to be in a relationship where there was stability. Okay. Person wasn't a bum, but there was no love. You were hoping for love and romance. You did not get that. You did not. This expectation was not met. In fact, what you got was toil and labor. And again, labor is a word with pregnancy. Is somebody pregnant here? This relationship has been just, what can I say? I'll give you another message. Many relationships are, where you work at it, where it's a what is that called, of love, a labor of love. But this was not a labor of love. This was a labor of, can I say, this person is tired? Yeah. Tired. They're really tired. And they're like, I can't go on with this. There is no vulnerability. Everybody's heart is closed off. There are constant fights. It's a battle. You're fighting each other. Now, I don't know why this card here is in the reverse. Prison. Am I dealing with somebody who's gone to prison as well? I'll give you two messages. I do not think I'm talking to somebody whose beloved has gone to prison in this relationship. I don't think so, but I feel this has kept you trapped. And I think the trap could be because of a pregnancy. Pregnancy? Because look, trapped, locked. Pregnancy because somebody was pregnant, and because of a child, you were trapped in this. You stayed trapped. This is very toxic, very karmic. The reasons for staying with somebody are just things like money, social status, and children. After a point, it gets so toxic that you just can't stay in it. I think somebody's health started to suffer, and I feel somebody also had back problems. Whenever I see this card, somebody flat on their back, with these swords in them. Somebody started having backache. Somebody started having nightmares. I think somebody here had mental health started to suffer too. And they were constantly tired. They felt like a prisoner. They felt trapped. Somebody is moving. This card is a long journey. And this again brings me back to the first card that came out, Cancer. You're moving. Somebody is taking their passion and moving towards their wish fulfillment. They're moving and they're making a choice. Where's my Gemini card? Hello, Gemini. Where did you go, darling? Hold on. I want to show you that card. Somebody is going towards a relationship that is equal, where there are emotions. Trying to find the Gemini card, guys, just to show you that card. Okay, here it is. Sorry. Where both are equals, yes. Here too, you were equals, but there was a lot of butting heads. Here, there is just love. There is just love. And you're making a choice. Somebody here is making a choice to move away from a cold relation. Cold. And you're taking this route, this long, maybe, you're scared perhaps to take this big chance and move. It's a long way. This is just going somewhere. You're planning for the long term now. I also feel you've done your best to endure this. Somebody has really put in time in this relationship, okay, and stayed there despite the constant battles. I know this. It's not something that you've just bounced. But now you're tired. You're tired. You're tired. And you're moving. You're taking that journey. You're moving. You're moving towards something, I feel, which has the potential for stability and loyalty, because here your loyalty was broken. Somebody did not have your back. Something here came to light and you're done. And I think this is about social media. You found something out. Completion. You learned that lesson, that this was karmic. This was toxic. And it's all happened in divine timing. It's all happened in divine timing. What you were missing in this relationship is what you're going towards. And I know it's a big risk you're taking. I feel this. You're taking a big risk. This wheel of fortune, it's like gambling sometimes, right? You're taking a big risk and you're moving. You're moving towards what you've missed all your life. And I think I'm talking to somebody who's older. You're not very young. So you felt you spent half your life trying to be and endure a situation because there were children, because you were married, but you've missed out. Your home life has been at a cold place. Cold. That's the word I'm getting, cold. It's like you work all day long and you come back home and then you work more. Your relationship has been no fun. All work and no play makes, what is that, Jack a dull boy type of thingy? Plus battles, butting heads. My Sagis, can you give me some? I'm taking some oracle cards for you before I take the other one. Okay. Gifts from God. Gifts from God, Sagittarius. Archangel Sandalphon. We angels bring you gifts from your Creator. Open your arms to receive. They have a cup in their hands. You're going towards somebody who's going to give you love. Let me show you the Queen of Cups again. That's what you've missed, yeah. Somebody here has missed that. Look, they're handing a cup to you. They're handing you somebody who is going to be in this energy of love. And it says, open your heart because you've kept it closed. No vulnerability. You've kept your heart closed. No love. Remember that card of that prison? You felt locked up. Open your heart. Your heart has been locked up in a cage. I feel this. You're going towards somebody whose heart is open and your angels are bringing that to you. This is happening in divine timing. See, they have a cup here too. And so does this person who you're going towards. You could be going towards a water sign. Courage. Courage. Archangel Ariel, be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. I'll tell you a message I'm getting here very strongly. This emperor and this empress, this was a very, very traditional marriage. I know the Hierophant is not here, but I'm giving you this message. This was something that was based on roles. I do this, you do this. You can't do this, I can't do that. It got so toxic that somebody literally couldn't take it anymore because their home felt like office. It felt like toil and labor. It felt horrible. It felt cold, but they stayed there because they didn't have the courage to say or break free from it. Maybe because of the children. Somebody spoke up. They felt their heart was getting, being buried. They were not allowed to love. There was no sweetness, no vulnerability here. It was looked upon as a sign of weakness. And somebody got tired of being in this energy. They were missing that. And they had the courage to say, you know what, I'm going to break this tradition. And I'm going to speak up and say, I'm not happy. And I'm not going to just stay here because of money and children. I'm going to take what I love the most, which is my child. You know, sometimes I feel this woman with this cup of love, you know, and this little page with this cup of love, dealing with the Pisces. You could be taking your child and moving towards somebody else. I'm telling you this, I'm getting a very strong message because this was the only thing, your endearing thing at home, which you came back home to this sweetness. There was nothing from your partner. And somebody has had the courage to speak up and say, I've had enough and I need to move. And you're turning that wheel. You're taking a chance and you're moving. You're moving towards a big cup of love, your Ace of Cups. And that is held by somebody here who is a water sign. They're coming towards you. This is all happening in divine timing. Claire audience. Archangel Zadkiel, notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind or from other people. I feel, I'm going to say this again, this young female that you've connected with could be, I told you she could be a therapist because this Queen of Cups is a therapist. Okay. Have you been taking some guidance from somebody? There's somebody who's had mental problems or some kind of mental issues where they've had to reach out to someone and they've given you guidance. And that same guidance that they have given you has reverberated within your capsule, your body too, because your heart has been telling you that, because you've kept it crossed and never opened it. The minute you started to hear that, you understood the guidance that was coming from within and from without. And I think somebody here has connected with somebody who is like a therapist or some kind of a healer or a psychic. And they have been giving them that guidance. Look, you know, this is what is going on here. Take another look at it. I'm getting this message too. And this is loving guidance that you're getting from your angels. And I think this is somebody on this 3D too. Let's take those two cards that I took out earlier. Sapphire. Beautiful. Easy does it. Your health, Happiness and abundance require a gentle approach to life and work. I know this relationship has been this toil and labor, which has had a very bad effect on somebody's health. I feel this. When you come back home, you're still in that energy of, toiling and laboring at something. There is no peace. You're not able to sleep. You have nightmares. They're requesting you to please take cognizance of your health, because the amount of fights and this defensiveness that you've had in this relationship has been, what can I say, detrimental to your health. Please go easy on yourself. And if you are connecting with somebody for healing and for, some therapy, it's on point. Continue that, please. It will help you. Gold. Divine intervention. I've told you this is all happening in, where is that? TikTok. Divine timing. God sends miracles to answer sincere prayers. Look how beautiful this card is. You've been praying. That was your wish. You were hoping. Please help me out of this situation, because I cannot continue to be in this prison. And I think the courage was given to you because the courage was given to you to move away. You were given clear guidance, clear audience, and the gift was given to you. And you're moving towards somebody who is in that energy of what you missed. And I think you're moving with your child. You're no longer staying stuck because of your beliefs, because of what society will say. You're listening to your heart. You're opening your heart. Wow, Sagittarius, what a beautiful reading. I loved doing this reading for you. Please comment below. Let me know if this is what you're going through. Like the video, share it, subscribe to my channel, hit that bell icon. And I cannot wait to come back again and do another reading for you, Sagittarius, just to let you know what new energies are coming in your beautiful vibration and what wonderful blessings are coming your way and how quickly the problems are just going to disperse. But until then, I'm going to say, I love you, goodbye, and namaste. Bye.